All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode on the Bodybuilding News Network. I am your host, as always, Saunch, aka Josh. Anywho, I've been having a fantastic evening, and one of you fine, wonderful people commented in the last video asking me to give my opinions on the Boston Pro, the lineup for that show, and if it's even going to happen. If you don't remember from 2021, it was postponed from early 2021 into, I believe it was June 2021. And then the show just got canceled altogether. You know how it is with the restrictions and things of that nature. So this year, 2022, is going to be a fresh start coming into the 2022 competitive IFBB Pro calendar year. And it's going to be following a monster show, which is the Arnold Classic Ohio. So let's go ahead and go through. I'm not going to say scorecard because I guess we don't post scorecards anymore. According to the Saudi Classic, we don't even do scorecards anymore. We just give out awards and Olympia qualifications without scorecards. But anywho, let's go ahead and look at the bostonpro.com/pros, and that gives us all of the athletes that have confirmed that they're going to be competing at the 2022 Boston Pro, which is March 11th, I think. 11th? That sounds right. It's right after the Arnold Classic. But we have some massive names already announcing that they're going to be competing. As I keep talking with my hands. Regan Grimes, coming off a very hot season so far. He's already qualified for the 2022 Mr. Olympia. So we're definitely expecting to see him fighting to win this show, and probably even being the favorite to win the show if we look at the scorecard as of now. We also have Elsam Mohammed. He looks familiar. One of those pros that competed last year, I believe. Definitely in the it was either the Europa Spain or the Big Man's Weekend. He seems very familiar. He'll also be in the show. Phil Klahar, our favorite, our boy Phil Klahar. He's been on the channel with some interviews. So great guy. Check out that video, but he'll be competing in here. Expect to see him in that top 3, depending on who hops in this show, battling to win the show. Brand spanking new IFBB Pro men's bodybuilder Nathan Spear has announced that he's going to be competing in the men's open for this show. So I was kind of cool. I thought that was pretty cool for him to announce he's hopping right into the men's open. I thought he might have tried to sneak into the 212, but maybe he's just too big for that. I know these guys get massive, so he'll be doing the men's open, and also Douglas Fruchet will be doing this show as well. Also, another athlete on this channel, so check out that interview as well. So those are going to be the 5 athletes in the men's open bodybuilding that have announced that they'll be doing this show. But I also want to kind of get this idea into your head as well. Since I have you here, there's a good chance that a lot of the men, of the men's open bodybuilders that are competing at the Arnold Classic Ohio on March 3rd through 6th, that they're going to fly out from Ohio to Boston to compete at the Boston Pro. There is a big chance, a very high chance, that most of these athletes are going to be showing up at that show. Especially, you think of people like Nathan Diasha, he's always going for the wins. Samson Dauda, potentially. William Bo. Anyone outside the US expect to be at this show because they have a really hard time getting the visas. So once they come into the US, they're going to do as much as they can. They're going to work with all their sponsors. They're going to work with all the promoters and the brands that they're associated with. And they're going to do as many shows as they possibly can. So expect people like Mohamed Shaban, Rafael Brandeo, people like that. Especially keep an eye on those gentlemen. Especially keep an eye on their Instagrams because they're probably going to be dropping some hints moving forward. I think some of the up and comers, someone like Brett Wilkin, he could be doing the Boston Pro. Expect anyone, honestly, guys. When you look at these new shows or early shows, sorry, when you look at these early shows, the Indie Pro, the Arnold Classic, if you're invited, the Boston Pro, the New York Pro, traditionally is an earlier show. All those shows, you're going to be wanting to watch out for those shows because that's where the big names, the big boys, are going to sneak in. They're going to get the early Olympia qualification, and then they're going to coast the rest of the season, take some time off, get their body nice and healthy, spend some time with the family, kiss a few babies, sign a few breasts. It's a Talladega Nights joke. They're going to do things of that nature, and then they're going to roll into an Olympia prep. So look out for those, gentlemen. Now, the real question, which was the focus of this video, was, do I think that that the Boston Pro is going to happen in 2022? I think so. I think that the quarantines and the restrictions are going to be lifted soon. I don't want to get political, but I've seen people say that the responsibility of what states are going to be doing is going to be delegated from the federal government to the state government, is what I've seen. I've even seen the president mention it. So expect for the states to probably start opening up and being a little bit more lenient and liberal on their restrictions. It's good for business. It's good for people. It's good for mental health. And I definitely think that that's going to be the move forward, especially when we look at the big successes with Texas and Florida, and I think Nevada as well, or Nevada. It's one of them. I think that they've been somewhat open about their lack of restrictions. So that will be the video. Thank you so much for the gentleman that left this in the video. I really appreciate you guys coming in and checking out the video. Appreciate you watching this kind of content. I appreciate you guys more than you know. I genuinely enjoy doing this. It's a lot of fun for me. So if you guys want to see another topic covered specifically, comment below. Let me know what you want to see next on this channel. Otherwise, I'll carry on with the normal scheduled programming. But that's it, guys. My links, as always, are in the description of the video, along with all the athletes that were mentioned in this video. Follow the athletes, support the athletes. It's what this is all about. So I'm Saunch, your host. Thank you so much for watching another episode on the Bodybuilding News Network. Consider subscribing if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.